depleted our some of our project funds. These are our piggy bank funds that we have saved up over the last several years, and we used those strategically last year and finishing up this year on some big projects that we had in the works. So that is how those funds are intended to be used, where you save up a big balance and then you spend it on specific projects. Our revenue stabilization fund, we spent about $18.5 million from that fund last year on projects, and we began this year with $4.2 million in cash balance. We have since paid off the last of the construction line of credit loan, and we also had some construction closeout from that fund. So as of today, we're sitting at about a $2 million negative cash balance in that fund. What that means is the general fund is going to have to make that up at the end of the year. So that is effectively going to wipe out that surplus cash that we have in the general fund.
Which was, as we've discussed, that was strategically planned from the start. In fact, it's a little bit better than what we thought, because if you remember, we had talked about having taken the extra money in fund balance and being able to use it because we knew we were going to overspend the revenue stabilization fund, and we were concerned at that time that we could potentially have to borrow some money to make all that up. But luckily, so far, we have not, we don't see that having to borrow any money for projects, and realize every one of all this that was spent here went towards assets, infrastructure for the county. So all that was part of that strategic move that we made. I reckon it was three and a half, 4 years ago now. Time flies. To where we set this up when we knew we had all these projects coming down the pipe. We planned, and we had that spending schedule for all this, and everything is on schedule as of right now. In fact, it's a little ahead of schedule. So.
Another piggy bank fund that we used for some of these same projects is the sewer access fees fund. That fund is also at a negative cash balance today after the final loan repayment and project wrap up. But that fund is still earning revenue from new access fees, and it also has some investments that we may have to cash in at the end of the year. But we will be able to make those moves and bring that balance to near zero at the end of the year. Won't be negative.